Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are examining a development that has triggered outrage across the globe, the decision by US President Donald Trump to revoke over 6,000 student visas, a decision in which Nigerians are not spared. Now, beyond the headlines and the heated reactions online, this issue touches on something much deeper. It raises urgent questions about Nigeria's global image, the desperation of our youth to seek opportunities abroad, and the failures of our education system that continue to drive some of our brightest minds away from home. For countless young Nigerians, a student visa is not just a piece of paper. It represents years of sacrifice, family investment, and the pursuit of a future beyond the limitations of our broken system. When such opportunities are suddenly stripped away, it exposes not only the vulnerability of our people in foreign lands, but also the harsh reality of what Nigeria has become under leaders who have consistently neglected the most critical sector for national growth: education. This conversation is not only about President Trump's action, it is about what that action reveals about us, about how the world sees us, and most importantly, about the urgent need for change in our own country. For many Nigerians, studying abroad has become less of a privilege and more of an escape route. When universities here are shut down for months because of endless ASU strikes, when facilities are so dilapidated that students sit on broken chairs or study in overcrowded classrooms without electricity, what do you expect? Of course, parents will sell land, borrow heavily, and do whatever it takes to send their children overseas. And that is why this visa revocation cuts so deep. It doesn't just end a trip, it destroys years of sacrifice, planning, and hope. But we must face an uncomfortable truth. Should we really be surprised that Nigerians are so vulnerable to this kind of treatment abroad? When a nation refuses to invest in its own future, when education is treated as an afterthought in the budget, while politicians spend billions on luxury convoys, foreign trips, and endless political campaigns, the result is a generation of desperate youth looking for a way out. And when foreign governments make decisions like this, our young people are the ones caught in the crossfire. Look at the ripple effects. Imagine a family that sold their only piece of land to pay for tuition abroad, only for their child's visa to be revoked overnight. Imagine a young Nigerian who worked tirelessly, burnt midnight oil, and earned a scholarship, only to be told they can no longer study. These are not just statistics. These are human lives, human futures, shattered in seconds. And let's talk about perception. Whether we like it or not, the global image of Nigeria is in shambles. Corruption, internet fraud, poor governance, these things have become the labels attached to us. So, when drastic policies come down from leaders abroad, Nigerians are easily lumped into the problem. Even the innocent, hardworking, law-abiding students are punished because the world does not see us the way we see ourselves. But here's the bigger question. Are we going to keep complaining about how other nations treat us, or will we demand that our leaders treat us better? The real issue is not President Trump. The real issue is why so many Nigerians are desperate to leave in the first place. If our schools were working, if our lecturers were paid well, if our libraries and labs were functional, if our degrees carried global respect, would we be this desperate for visas? The answer is a loud no. This is why the youth of Nigeria must wake up. We cannot keep abandoning politics to the same recycled leaders who have no stake in our future. Their children are not in Nigeria's schools. Their children don't sit in darkness when there's no power in the hostel. Their children don't queue at embassies, praying for visas. Their children are already abroad, enjoying the best facilities. That is why they don't care. But we, the ordinary Nigerians, we are the ones who suffer. So what's the way forward? First, we must begin to demand accountability. Education should not be a token line in the budget. It must be treated as a priority. Countries that invest in education are countries that rise. We must demand that our leaders invest in our universities, polytechnics, and research centers so our youth can thrive at home. Second, we must stop celebrating mediocrity. Any politician who has failed to improve education after years in power has failed us, and we should never reward failure with another term. And to the youth, please hear this. Your greatest power is not in complaints or social media hashtags. Your greatest power is your vote. If you are tired of being embarrassed abroad, if you are tired of watching your dreams depend on a foreign government's mercy, then channel that frustration into political action. Let's reject the old mindset of selling votes for peanuts. Let's stop fighting ourselves over tribe and religion while our future is being stolen. The revocation of these visas is painful, but it must also be a wake-up call. No matter where you run, if your country remains broken, you can never truly escape. The only lasting solution is to fix Nigeria. And fixing Nigeria starts with us, demanding accountability, organizing ourselves, and voting differently. So as we discuss President Trump and these revoked visas, let's remember the bigger picture. This is about us, about our dignity, about whether we will keep exporting our brightest minds or finally build a nation that keeps them home. This is about whether we will continue to watch our future waste away or rise to demand a better tomorrow. My fellow compatriots, enough is enough. We must rise, we must speak, we must organize, and we must take action. Thank you for staying with me till the end. If you believe Nigeria deserves better, if you're tired of watching our people suffer indignities abroad, then make your voice count. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, like this video so more Nigerians can see it, share it with friends and family, and subscribe for more bold, truth-centered content. Together, we can build a Nigeria where no student has to beg for a foreign visa to chase their dreams.